Click on. Okay, now I'm going to click on share screen. If anybody doesn't have any questions, we'll get going here. Make sure I get on the right screen. Okay, so you should be seeing my Zoom meeting thing here. Oh, yeah, well, I have it saved onto a text document. I'm not going to sit here and type. I already have it typed out. I'm just going to create the page. And I don't know if anybody, some of you, I think Cheryl, were on the training. I believe it was Saturday when Rory was talking about setting up a Plan B Marketing is Freedom page. So that's the page that I'm going to create today. So I have my link for signing in my dashboard here. And just like everybody else, get logged in here. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see my text document, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so what I just wanted to go over the whole nuts and bolts of how to do this. So, I'm going to turn off my camera because it uses up resources. And then I'm going to minimize the gallery view here so I can see my screen better. So, Cheryl and Andy, if you can watch that participants and admit for me, I'd appreciate that. All right, now, when we come here to our dashboard, first thing you want to do is make sure you don't click on the word new. Otherwise, you'll get a post. Okay, and everybody else makes that mistake at least once, including me. But what will happen is you'll end up with a post instead of a page, and then it won't display properly. It'll be on your home page, which is your .com with nothing after it. So I'm going to click on new page. All right. And I already have it set up now. I don't believe you're going to see this, but I'll just go to my document that I'm using for this. And I'm going to start with my key phrase. Okay, so this is also, I have it basically this document laid out exactly the way we do the backups as well. So go here to Yoast, and right here, focus key phrase. I paste this in here, Control V. Oops, Control Z on that, Control A and backspace. Obviously, it didn't copy, so let me try that again. That was what I put in the Zoom. Okay, so let's try this again. Copy. Now we'll try it again. Control V. All right, so Plan B, Marketing is Freedom. Now, this is something that you won't always hear Rory say, but if you put it all in small letters in the focus key phrase, it won't matter over here on the left if it's capitalized or not. So just FYI, I always use it like this. Just don't capitalize it in the focus key phrase. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is add my title. Back to the right screen here. And here's my title. The title is supposed to contain the focus key phrase, otherwise Yoast will complain at you. And it will be, I will have a complaint with this title because it's not in the beginning of the title, but that's oh well. As long as we end up green, we don't care, right? We're gonna go for green when we're finished here. Okay, so you need your focus key phrase in the title, and here it is. And it should be the way I have it, but I have this comma in between. So it'll still qualify as the focus key phrase for the title. Okay, so now I'm going to put in my slug, and I'll show you how to do that, which is the same as what I'm using. You don't always have the slug and the key phrase are not always exactly the same, but in this case, I'm doing it that way. Okay, so here's where the slug goes, right in here. And then I already created my meta, so I'm going to get my meta and put that on there. Meta description is what appears when somebody comes across your website as a search result. So oftentimes all we have to do is copy part of the first part of the first paragraph, because the first sentence in the first paragraph is supposed to contain our focus key phrase, which is one of the requirements for meta. But I didn't do that today. I rewrote the meta a little differently. So we wanted this to be green. So I had a feeling it was going to be too long, and you don't know. So if this is orange and it's down here, this line, that means it's too short. But if it's this way, it means it's too long. So let me take out this whole sentence. And now it's green. Okay, so I'm good. I just leave that one off. So this is the best plan B, the book, Marketing is Freedom. I was stuck in a job that was stable, but did not fulfill. I need to fulfill this, change this word, it's misspelled. So the text editor I used didn't have spell check, so I'll check it with the WordPress as I go. So now I've got this much. Now you see it's already, SEO is already turned orange, right? So it's not red any longer. And that's pretty much covers all these parts, the focus key phrase, the title, and the meta description, the slug. Now I'm just going to start putting in my paragraphs, and you guys are welcome to read it later or whatever. Here's something I always point out to people. There's no title, no heading between the title and the first paragraph on your page. It shouldn't be. Okay, so we're not going to have a heading here. We're just going to click in here, and I'm going to paste this here. Oops. Control Z to undo. For whatever reason, my copy doesn't seem to be working good. Control C. Let's try. Okay, I'm going to paste this in here. Okay, now. So you see it, my readability is already green. It's because I already went through this text and made sure. At any rate.
Can I interject just one sec?
Absolutely.
When you're undoing things as well, at the top with a plus sign and that, yeah, that right there will undo your
That's
last
right. Yep,
thing.
absolutely.
Just
It's this
letting
right here.
everybody know.
That's the undo button. And if you
Yes.
want to know how many words are on your page, you click this and you click outline, and it'll show you. So far, I have 104 words. We like to have, you'll still complain if you don't have at least 350 words, but I shoot for 700 to 1200, usually around 700, because we run out of things to say. At any rate, I'm just showing you how to do it. So this one right here, I'm going to put a link here. All right, so, and I'm going to link this right here. Click, this is called a call to action. I always put my call to actions on all my pages in the very beginning. Some people don't care to read all the text that you have. They want to get to the crux of the matter. So I make it easy for them by doing it that way. So I have my link for my form, and I got to go and get that real quick.
Excuse me, I'm gonna have to go.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
I'm recording.
It's it's starting to rain. It's starting to thunder, so I want to get to my car before it gets rains.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, listen, it was
Talk
great
to you
that
next week.
you dropped in. No, and next week I was just looking.
Send me the recording.
The next week is the 4th. I don't think I'm going to do a recording on, or
I don't think so. I
training
guess
call.
not. No, we
My
probably
wife
won't.
was
Maybe
just
the
telling
next week
me
after that then.
we have something planned on the 4th. Anyway,
Okay.
the week after. Okay, Carol?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Send me the recording.
I will put it in the group chat.
Thank you.
Let's see. I got to get to my Vortex links. And then my PBS link is this one. You guys aren't seeing what I'm looking at right now, are you? Okay. Anyway, I'm going to put an external link here. This is the form that we use. And the way you do that is you click on this link, you highlight the text that you want to link first, and then you click on it, paste it in there. And then you have to apply it right here or submit, whatever it says. And then if you click on it again, it'll give you the chance to open in a new tab, because it's going to leave my web page. Anytime the link takes them away from the web page, we want it to open in a new tab. If it stays on my website, it'll open in the same tab that it's already on. And I like what I like to do is bold my links. Okay, so then I can click on Save Draft right here. So draft, and I'm going to publish this before we're finished today. And this is what I have so far. And you see this link is bolded. Okay, so that anybody who gets on this page can find the link to get to the form. So that's a good
But
one.
look at before you did that, you didn't get it all. See where the capital T is missing under this is Hal, one book. Right up,
Where are you looking?
right there in their first sentence, up there at the top. Or it says this is how one book unlocks. You're missing.
Oh
the T.
yeah, my capital T didn't get copied. Thank you for that, Andy. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
And I have to update it anyway, because for some reason my link opened in the same tab. So I'm gonna try this again. See oh, you know why? Don't do this mistake. I've done it before. After you click that, you got to click on save. Okay.
Right.
So anyway, that's part of the process. Now, what we can do here is you click in the last, this is not a heading or anything. This is a paragraph block right here. Now, this menu right here, by the way, always pertains to whatever block is active. So my cursor is blinking inside this block. I've only got one block on this page so far. But what I'm going to do is just click here and hit enter, and I'll get a new block. But it happens to be a paragraph block, and I'm going to want a heading. So I can transform my heading by just clicking that and then click that. Oh, I changed it back to a paragraph. I need to click on heading right here. And I'm going to probably make it an H3, a little smaller than H2. And go ahead and get my heading that I have here. Okay, so the heading that I'm going to use here is this. Now, my focus key phrase is going to appear in a heading, which is part of the Yoast requirements, but not yet. I'm going to put it in down below. So in case you're thinking I need to do that, you're right, and I will. Okay, so I'll put this in here, and that's that. Now I can hit enter again. I got a paragraph block, and I'm going to get the next paragraph that I have prepared here, and it's right here. I edited this, but I may have mistakes. So if you see something that's wrong, please let me know. Okay, now, I just forgot something that I was going to do, which is add an image. All right, so I have this much on here. So I do, you see my SEO over here is, I'm doing green just fine here, but it's because of two reasons. One is I don't have my focus key phrase in a heading, and the other is I don't have an image on my web page. So when you see this plus sign, you can add a new block that way, or you could do it the way I did, but hitting enter, or you don't always see this plus sign. There's another way you can do it. This menu pertains to this active block. I could click these three dots and insert after, right, or add after right there, and I get a new block that way. Three ways to do the same thing. So I may show somebody one way, and then they see Rory do it a different way, and then they say, wait a minute, I don't understand. So I like to point out there's always more than one way to do the same thing, almost on everything in this computing world. So, but I'm going to put an image here, and I've already prepared my image. I don't want to make it too big. So I click on the plus sign, and I select image block. And really in the beginning, you're only concerning yourself with image, paragraph block, image block, and heading block. Okay, so now I'm going to upload a new image. All right, so it's in my images folder here, in my marketing is freedom folder that I have everything organized in. And I'm going to use this one that I made smaller than the one Rory had. Oh, yeah, I was going to let you know that I got this out of the Dropbox. Actually, I got it off of Rory's website. So you can copy images off of there. Anyway, that's my plan B. And I always make it, I know it works out good if you use about 450 for the widest amount. I'm going to leave this centered. I'm not going to put this left or right. But if I do need to put a couple of things here. So I want to put now this is the settings for those of you that aren't sure. And if you need more screen space, you can always just click these like I did. All right, so this is Yoast, and this is settings right here. So I don't have any alt text. So you want to, at the bare minimum, what you want to do is put your focus key phrase in here. Now that's used for Control A, Control C, it's used for, people who have readers and stuff, then it describes the image. And so I could go back here and I can put my focus key phrase in there because that's what Yoast expects. And then I'll say, something like that. Okay, hand checking plan B. Okay, now I'm going to do is go ahead and update this so that it saves that information. And, I want to put my link on my image. So what I'll do here is I don't have to go back. I have it there, but I can always right click on I know I have the right link on here already. So I just right click on the link and then come down to where it says copy link address. It doesn't say it. I'll do it differently. What I'll do is click on.
If you go ahead and, I was gonna say, if you go ahead and, the two square.
Like I said, there's always more than one way to do the same thing.
Right.
I have it
Right.
highlighted on my page with my Zoom links. So, I mean, with my Vortex links on it. So I'm just doing it this way right now because I want
Yeah,
to, yeah. So I'm
Well, I
gonna
was-
go ahead and click in here. Now I have to edit and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna Control V and then I'm gonna check for opening a new tab right here and apply that. And now we can go ahead and take a look and it's auto saving, but when you click save draft, and this can be confusing for people when you make a new page. If you use this view, it'll open it in a new tab and then you start working on a wrong tab on what where you left off. So anyway, if you do it this way that I'm doing it, it'll stay in the same tab. Oh yeah, see how I clicked on edit page and it opened it in a new tab. So now I'm not on the same tab any longer. So that's what I was going to point out. So I just want to see if I got my right link on here and it's going to open in the new tab and it takes them to this form that they fill out when it loads. Just make sure it goes to the right place. This whole Vortex thing has been a
Did
challenge.
you hit save again?
It's something to do with this about blank thing.
I don't think you have it, saved. Try recopying it again.
I'm not going to
The
worry
link.
about it right now. I'll worry about that when we get to the end. Yeah, because links are really, I shouldn't even be putting it in yet, but let's just go ahead and continue here. I only have one tab open, edit page, this tab. All right, we'll figure it out, all that later. Don't worry. Okay, so now I need a new block. So I'm gonna hit enter and I got a new block. I'm gonna put another heading here. And it's gonna be this one. So this time I'll paste the text in here first. And then I'm going to change it to heading by clicking this and clicking this. And I'll make it an H3 as well. Okay, so now I need another new block, which is, it knows if I have a heading, I must need a paragraph after it. You generally adds that block without doing anything, and that's what it's doing. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my get this. And oh, this one, okay, so I was going to make this one into a list. All right, so let me show you how I'm going to do that. And from here, and click list. And this one I didn't want to be bullet point. Want it like that. If I hold the shift and type the N key, it'll select everything. And then I'm going to do Control B for bold that. And so before reading the book, I viewed all debt as a burden, blah, 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 this is kind of thing. So I have all that in there. And I'll just click on save draft. Just keep going here. And I'm gonna get another heading going here. Oh, no, you can't do it that way because it thinks you want to add a new item. Yeah, I could undo or I can backspace, whatever. There's more than one way to do the same thing, right? Okay, so now if I just click here and all right, so let me think here how to do this. Oh, I know I can do it this way. I just go here, hit enter, and then go ahead and type in my new heading. My new heading, which is going to be this next one. I think I have like 7 or 8 different blocks on here. And then I'll just paste it in here. And I'll move it where I want it to go. That's where I want it. Okay, now I want this to be a heading, so I'll transform it. Heading, and let me make it. All right. And you can change the color of these headings by over here. You know, if you want
Right.
to change the text, you could. Rory always uses this one here. Actually, you can do it a little bit more than that. I have my own color that I like. Oh, you click here. And then on this right here, that has hexadecimal, you can always change that. So it's 000, no, 4 zeros and a 99. That's a blue that I like. So whatever, I'll just save that. Okay, so now if I want to change them all, my point is you don't have to use just those colors that are available. The hexadecimal code is basically, well, it's how it describes the different colors. The first 2 characters stand for red, and the second 2 characters stand for green, and the third 2 characters stand for blue, RGB. And those combinations make up whatever color you want. 256 million, I think. So it goes from 0 to 9, and then it goes from A to F, 16 different characters that they use. So F would be everything on, and 0 would be everything off. So black is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, like that, and white is F, 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 like that. Okay, so you don't need to know all that, but that's how it works. You can find a color that you like and use it, and so I use that one frequently, that blue. I like that blue. Okay, now, oops, that's the wrong thing. Get over here and do this. Get my next paragraph. Make sure I copy it. Back to my edit page. Control V. Hit enter. Now I need another heading. This one, investing in my future. Yeah. It always starts out at heading 2 when you do it. I'll probably come back and doll it up with the different colors a little later. I'm just trying to get through this part here, so I'm going to show you how to do it. And let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 3 or 4 more paragraphs to go. And put it in here. Usually when I have this much text, I like to break it up with an image. So I don't know if you've ever if you've heard Rory talk about the memes program. I have a meme that I can use for this, and I'm going to throw that on here right here. So I'll click image, and then I'll go ahead and click on upload. And it's this one right here. I 560. This is the small one. Okay, this is the one I want to use. Okay, so now on this time, instead of aligning center like I did here, because I'm basically keep claiming this whole space for this one image, I want it to wrap the text, and it won't wrap until, when it first pastes it, it puts it in justify, and justify means it puts it equally, and it doesn't really work that way. But anyway, you just align it to the right, and then it should be able to go up and next to the text here. So, I'm gonna keep that there, and I'll put my link on there as well. So let me make sure I didn't make a mistake on my link. No, I got the whole thing there, so I don't know why it's not working. It's part of the PBS Vortex thing, so it might be struggling because there's so many people on the servers that struggles a little bit. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and put it in here. Update that. All right, so now I have that. And I want another. This is too big. Oh, I can resize it down. Oh, and plus I want to put my focus key phrase. So I'll just do this. Control A, Control C. And you don't really have to describe, but you should put the focus key phrase at least in the alt text. Otherwise, you'll still tell you focus key phrase missing from alt text. Okay, so now, I was going to make it a little smaller because I don't want it to push my heading. I want my heading to be below this. Plus, I don't want it to be too big of a image when I do it. So anyway, about like that for now. And then we're going to get the next paragraph. Oh, we need a heading. Okay, so. Okay, so how's my yost doing? See, I'm green now. And I still haven't added my heading for the marketing is freedom. Plan B, marketing is freedom. I'm getting to that here shortly. I'm almost at the end here, guys. So a couple more. Yeah, everybody has their own ways of doing things, and I know there's always more than one way. So just keep that in mind. Whatever works for you is the right way. That's all there is to it. So anyway, let me go ahead and do this. And then we will change this to heading. Don't really need this many headings, but if you put too much text between headings, it will give you an error on Yoast. It'll say not separate text too long, or not separated by heading. Okay, so anyway, this is how I'm doing it today, and there's always other ways. All right, so I think I just got to grab this last. I believe I'm on the last one here. No, a journey of transformation. And I'll make them all the same size today for whatever reason. And then we're going to hit enter here. And now I got a paragraph block. I know I got to move in. Gotta be getting to the, yeah, I'm on the last one. Let's see. V, enter, and then I'm gonna, this is where I'm adding my heading, just kind of like as a conclusion. You have to realize I set this up this morning without spending a whole lot of time on it, so I'm sure it could have been done better, but doing it this way just so I have something I need to be able to share something in my study hall, so that's what we're doing. Anyway, we're gonna do this and H2. You know what? I'm gonna leave it as H2, just because it's got my focus key phrase. So that it wants it, Yoast wants it to be H2 or H3. So don't put your focus key phrase in a heading that's H4, and then Yoast will say your focus key phrase doesn't appear in your text in a heading. I mean, so that's how that goes. At any rate, now I can go ahead and add last couple of things, and I'll show you a couple of tricks that I do. So this is my concluding paragraph first. So I finish this up. Right here. Control C, and then I'll do this, Control V. And then we always have at the bottom, so if I go over here and open my dashboard on a new tab, I can open up my website over here, go to my dashboard. And then I have in my pages, all pages, I have a page that I save in draft, this one right here. Okay, and I call it my blocks because I don't want to have to keep typing things that I always include. And I just click inside this block that I want to put on this new web page, click the three dots, copy, go back to my page, and click inside that block and Control V that. Now I have this on there that I want. Now I'm ready to publish. Okay, so now we're going to see what we really look like. Let's take a look. New page. So this is it. This is my plan B, marketing is freedom. I'm in green. So if you see orange up here, you know there's a problem. There's my image on the beginning. I think, oh, that's a Google ad right there. Yeah, you never know where the Google ad's going to put it. I think I want to move this down a little bit, but investing kind of goes with this. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it like that. It's fine for now. At any rate, there's my page. So let's check and see how my links are doing now once it's published. Yeah, see it goes there. I had a feeling it might be that. Yeah, not a problem. Usually, oh, I wrote something here in my text too that I didn't, that I was going to link because I have links on the image, but not everybody knows. And you can always text write something in here. So where did I have it here? Maybe I didn't add that yet. Anyway, edit page. One time I had a student ask me, said, "You mean you have to go back and forth?" Yeah, we look at it when we edit it like this, and then we want to see what it looks like, so we have to go back and forth. All right, so now I am going to come down here somewhere, not too far down. Tools and text techniques. Tools. Here's my link. Get my link on my clipboard again. I think I might have it on there, but I don't know for sure. Whoops, Control Z on that. Okay, now back here and let's do something like this. Here, you know what? I'm going to show you another thing. If you want a new line, like a carriage return on a typewriter, if you hold the shift key down, it won't give you a new block. It'll just put it down on a new line on its own line in the same paragraph block, in case you didn't know that. Okay, just a little FYI. So I'll put it all on its own line here. Okay, so then now I'm going to do this, link, Control V, and apply. Now I'm going to check it and see. This time I'm gonna click on save, remember I forgot. And I wanna bold this. What happens is the styling on the links is done by WordPress, and so it doesn't just bold, the links act differently when you,
Right.
so
FYI, the down there on your link, and then you see the pencil and the two squares, that copies your link as well.
yeah, you're right. Good thing. Thank you. Okay,
You're welcome.
so now I should be able to view my page and see if I have a link there. You know, I was seeing that and I was thinking, I bet you that means copy, because usually that's what it means. But I just
Yeah.
haven't used it that way before or whatever.
Well, we're always here to
Or
help.
it's
you
been a
figure it out.
while since I did use it or something. And you don't, we get in habits, creatures of habit. So yeah, it's pretty good, I mean, I got it here. See, it's bold. So it's all good. It's opening my web page. Yeah, see, sometimes it's working and sometimes it's not. So I don't know what's going on with that. I think it has to do with the servers. Yeah, the servers that it's on. So I already clicked this one and that one worked. I usually like to check and make sure my links are working. But now, okay, so I don't like this. This is something weird. So investigate, right? So let me see if this one, because when I clicked on this one, it goes to it. All right, so let me see what's different. I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna close this one off so I don't end up on the wrong thing. And edit page. Mhm. It possibly be different, but I'll just do it. Make sure I get this one. Control A, Control C, and then I can just leave this. Back up here to the top link. Control A, Control V, Y. And this one. Okay. A, Control V. I'm 99% sure it's exactly the same, but gotta make sure I apply that. Save that. Then the one on the bottom, then we have this three. So I usually add links down through my. Doesn't take much to get it wrong. All right, now let's see what happens. See, that didn't take that long the way I set it up. Still got 45 minutes to go. I'm going to add it to my category. We'll show you how to do that. So let's take a look again. This is my plan B, marketing is freedom. And now it seems there must have been a bug in that link somewhere, and I don't know what, but that's how I fix it. I just make sure I got one that's working, and I'll make sure it's doing what it should do. And I don't trust it that I did it right, so I always check it. And that's what my advice is to everybody, to check your links, because that's what this is all about, right? Links. So they're working good now. That one is the one I knew was working anyway. All right, so I can add more links. If I do, I'll copy one of these it's already good. Now I don't have any errors on here. All right, so that takes care of that. Now, you know what? I do kind of want to go through here and change my headings to this color blue, right? Makes it a little different than Rory because he uses, can't change the color on your title. So your title is what you call a permalink. So let's say you wanted to find one of your pages or a page on, in fact, let me do that real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So if I go to Rory 3, enter, and then I type in here, plan B. and I search his website for Plan B and see what comes up. All right, so the book Marketing is Freedom is here with Plan B on it. Okay, so you can see here in the address bar, it's got the search criteria to it. That's for the Google. Now, scroll down, it shows all of his pages. It has something to do with, say, Plan B. So I was really looking for his Plan B page. You got to get, what can you find in a coffee shop? I remember he did that one a few days ago. Anyway, long story short is, let's say I found the page that I was looking for by searching with Plan B, and let's just assume that it was going to be, I'll get down here to a date where it's the end of one and click on the next one. Okay, so right here is the date, October 21. Big tech is bad for your medical records. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that it sorts them by. Long story short is, you could click on this, the permanent link, it'll go just to this page. Now you have the actual link, and you'll be working, if you do that on your site, just FYI, in case you wonder how you can find something you can't remember. There's all sorts of ways to do it. You can search in pages, all pages, under dates. If you know what month you did it, then you can click, you can filter your pages by month and that sort of thing. So anyway, I use that technique sometimes when I'm trying to get something off of Rory's site, because I want to copy. I'll do that. I didn't do that today. I created this page from scratch, but sometimes I don't have time, and so I'll say, oh, I need that page on my website, and I just go to his, copy it over, and then rewrite it into my own words, like I did when I first started doing all this. So anyway, now we have this Plan B. All right. Now what I always do is leave it open, so I'll be sure and have the link that's going to get me there. And I'll show you why I say that. So I'm going to put this into free stuff because I don't have any, I only have one thing under free stuff, maybe a couple of things, I think only one. And you can put it under more than one category. Ray does that all the time. But under free stuff, so this is my free stuff page right here. So we have the free Bitcoin, and then I have free recipes. That's actually, that is gone. But I keep in the SEO because I have the page out there that goes to here. So what I did when they closed that offer down, I just went here and put this little note here. It says currently under maintenance, and bookmark this site. So my page, somebody might come across based on SEO when they're searching for free recipes. I don't know. And then they'll see everything. That's part of the circular marketing, what we do. Very rarely do you want to actually trash something or even put it on draft, especially if it's been out on the internet very long. But it's a little dishonest in the sense that I'm looking for something that I can find that will satisfy this page, and I can always rewrite this page and use the same. But that's how that happened. Okay, so let me go back to my free category. And here, recipes, mastery. I think this one's still good. It was an old offer that we used to have. Okay, so on your category pages, of course, we have an opening paragraph and a closing paragraph, and then the items in between. So I want to edit this page. And this is going to be called Plan B. So P is these category pages are supposed to be alphabetized as well. That's part of what Google AdSense wants. So this is F comes before, well, free Bitcoin comes before free recipes, and then free mastery stuff. So I'm using free on all of them. But anyway, I just create a new block here. You see we have a H3 block there, and that's what we're going to use as an H3. And I'm just going to say
Yeah.
I promised you guys I wasn't gonna make you watch me type. Internet marketing, and you know what you're saying, you just, you need some content, so you just gotta type in some more words. Let's say, I'll just do it short for today. Oops. Okay, so now I'm gonna transform this to a heading 3, because that's what we do for the category pages. Change this to world of internet marketing. Was a little short on content, so I just added whatever. Okay, so plan B, and we usually have a link like you see here in the beginning. And so probably I'll link. So this is why I left my page open, so I can get the actual link right here. Click in the address bar, and now I know I have the actual link that goes there, right? So plan B, and you know what? I'm gonna put plan B, marketing is freedom. And I'll just put a little hyphen in there. And I'm gonna do this. And I'm going to link this. Now I'm not going to open a new tab on this because it's going from my category page to my offer page. So we're going to leave it like that. It's by default open in the same tab. So you don't have to do anything special when you want it to open the same. Okay. Now, like that. And go ahead and update this page. So this is how I add it to my category. Okay, so now I need to add it to my all things category free stuff, but let me go here and view this. I'm kind of short on words. For me, I'll be honest with you, it doesn't really matter. He wants the new students. He talked with Google and they expect it to be not to use a copy of your own stuff even. They don't want it to be a copy. So on your all things category page, you're going to want to do the same thing, only rewrite it into different words. So here's my little link to go and see how it's not capitalized when you turn it into a, I mean, not bold when you turn it into a link. I could make it bold by the way I did a minute ago, which is, it has to do because this is a heading and it actually reverses it. It's kind of backwards, but you can bold it if you want, but it's fine like that. So I'm going to keep that like that. And then I'm going to show you how to add it to your menu. Okay, so think of this menu structure over here as a separate thing altogether. This is the content area. This is where you see the ads, and the form will be over on this side. Ads sprinkled out throughout your pages. But go here. I'm trying to make sure I'm leaving the right page. And you go to menus. And it's going to show because it's the most recent thing I just published, right? So it's right here at the top of the list, right here, because I just published it. But if I couldn't find it, I could click on search and whatever title. It goes by title, by the way. Same in your pages, all pages. It's alphabetized by the title on the page. That's why when you go to your pages, all pages, you'll see you're going to see it. All things pages are in the beginning. Sorry, my mind was going elsewhere. Okay, so I have that selected. Now I just come down here and click on add this. Okay, so, but the problem is it adds it to the bottom. Go down here to the bottom of the menu. Get a hold of this thing and start dragging it up where you want it. So I want it to be in free stuff. Right, so I gotta get back up there. Sometimes you have to drop it and then it's not gonna change anything until you click save and then just scroll down a little bit, so. Oops, where did it go? Oh, I put it inside somewhere, but it I went back to where it was. Shoot. This happens. Oh, here it is. This is my plan B mark. Here's another way you can do it. If it's close to the top, you click these down arrow buttons, and then you click on the one that says move to top. It says right now it doesn't say that, but when it's at the bottom, it'll say move to top. At any rate, you can do it that way. If it's closer to the A's, then here's my free stuff. This is where I was trying to get to. So all things ERC credits, TH comes before totally. This should be alphabetized as well. Okay, so now when I click on my save menu, and there's another button down at the bottom that says save menu. Where the heck go? I thought there is one at the top too. I don't know. I didn't see it. Doesn't matter. Two ways to do the same thing. Okay, it should say save menu save. Okay, now when I go back to my page, my website, come down to free stuff. And right here, this is my plan B. And then there you go. This is my plan B, marketing is freedom. So it takes them to this page directly. So now all I really have left to do on this is add it to my all things category and start posting some ads to it. So that's it. That's basically what I wanted to show today. If anybody has any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.